Kyrie, are obviously not happy with the final result, but you have to be a little bit happier with the effort that we saw out there today. How do you feel upon that?
I thought we had better effort and energy, but what I told the team in the locker room, that's price of admission. That's the expectation. We should do that all the time, but I did think we brought that today, which we're looking for, but also the final result, we're trying to win. It can't just be effort and energy. We are trying to win. I was proud that we got to the free throw line 25 times, made 23 of them. We've been looking for that 80%. Thought we rebounded the ball well, but at the end of the day, 20 turnovers, and they scored 32 points off of it.
FGCU had 2 3-point plays in the last 5 minutes. What do you think on the discipline at the end?
Yeah. What I talked to them about, I did think we flew around defensively, but we made costly defensive mistakes when it mattered. We had talked about, if people get by us, try to build a wall, make people score over us. If we're going to foul them, we need to foul them on the floor. It can't be an and one. So we'll have to continue to go back and work on that in practice.
These shooting woes, you had so many baskets that kind of rattled around and fell off. What can you do as a coach to make sure that they still maintain their confidence and being able to hit those?
When you're on the sidelines, you just keep telling them, that's a good shot for you. Take the shot. You can hit those. Just try to feed them with confidence in practice. Go back and work on it. Working on it with the defense, so it simulates a game. But at the end of the day, we have to be able to knock those layups down, and all of them are capable of doing so. I think it's more mental now of seeing the ball not going in the basket. So we'll continue to work on it and, just try to give them confidence, because we're a better shooting team than what we're showing.
There's one more game until conference play begins. Is it time to press the panic button yet, or no? What do you think?
It's a long season. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We have one more game, and that's the most important game on our schedule to try to focus on. We can't bury our head in the sand. We got to find a way to go back, go to work, and find a way to get a win and get back on the winning side of things.
These slow starts, they have to be super frustrating for you. I know you're not going into the game planning on starting slow. What is it? Have you been able to put your finger on?
Well, definitely not our intention to go into the game starting slow. We would love to get off to a quick start. I do think sometimes what happens offensively does affect us, whether we miss an outside shot or a layup, which is deflating since we hadn't been shooting the ball well. So sometimes I think we're playing in rewind instead of fast forward, and then it shows on the defensive side where we're not mentally locked in because we're still thinking about the layup or the open shot that we missed. But we're going to have to get off to better starts, and myself and the staff will have to go back and reevaluate what are some things that we can do to help the team in that area.
Maddie said that the team doesn't hate losing bad enough. Do you see that?
Well, I agree with Maddie because we're losing. So we don't hate it enough because we hadn't figured out how to win yet. So I back her in that statement, and I actually love it. That's a competitor. We hate to lose. And that's, this program is built around winning, and that is the standard, and that's the expectation, and that's never going to change.
What are your guys' thoughts on the game?
I think the way we came out was way too slow. Obviously, I think it was an 8-0 run. We weren't ready, and that starts with just our mindset and coming on the floor. That's definitely unacceptable. I think them scoring, 32 points off of our turnovers is, that lost us the game right there too. So we got to take better care of the ball and play as if every possession matters.
I think we just like dug ourselves into a hole too deep early on, and we can't do that. I mean, it's only a small room for error playing at this league, so we just can't do that. We can't come out like that. We can't be undisciplined like that.
You guys have had several slow starts throughout the course of the year. Obviously, nobody comes into the game expecting to start slow. Can you put your finger on what it is?
I think part of it is just a mindset, maybe not being prepared, not focused, not locked in. I think, like you said, we've had too many of those slow starts, and, even at the end of the game, we didn't get stops when we needed to. They got a couple and ones down the stretch that was, can't have down the stretch. So I think it's just a lack of focus and locking in when it matters. And, I think maybe just we need to realize that every possession matters, every single one.
Yeah, and then when it comes to like mentally locking in, I think we need to realize like when we notice people aren't, like we just need to do a better job of as a team rallying everybody back together so that we can get back on the same page and we don't have those slow starts.
Maddie, we hear coaches say all the time that you don't want to let your offense affect the rest of your game. And you're still out there, you're playing hard. I think you got 9 rebounds today. What is the secret to your mentality?
I just want to win. I could have cared. I know I shot terrible from the field today, and, I was obviously aware of that, but, I want to win, and, that means doing everything else I can for my team, even if that means, I'm not hitting shots today. But, it would have felt a little better getting the win and, being a little frustrated about not shooting well. But, it's just a mindset, I'm a very bad loser, and I think as a team we don't hate losing enough, so.
Yeah, you've had so many of those baskets kind of go in and out. Have you ever been in kind of a slump like that?
It's so frustrating to see, that happen. Just the amount of time and hours I see, I put in the gym making hundreds and hundreds of shots. And, unfortunately, when games like that happen, you kind of got to forget about it and, let the rest of my game work and try and help the team. But, I'm not going to let it affect me. And moving forward, it's forget about it, move on to the next. I have full confidence in myself. I'm not going to let that affect, how I play in the future. So.
Yeah, you're a good shooter. I think I saw you at the end of the Murray State game. You were out there putting up some more shots. So is it just a matter of having a short memory and forgetting about it and maintaining that confidence?
Absolutely. I think that's a huge thing. It's a mindset thing, just you got to forget about it. Even during a game, you can't be thinking, I haven't made a shot yet, because even having that little thought, the next one you're going to think about it and miss the next shot. So, I think I've been realizing that more just maturing in college basketball. So, I've been working really hard at just trying to put those games behind me and move on to the next.
From a leadership standpoint, what are you kind of doing to kind of encourage your teammates to stick with it during this difficult run?
Yeah, I mean, just encouraging them. And, even like today, it's a good example of, you don't have to be making shots to make an impact on the game ever. And I think, we'll learn that more as a team. Just, it's about just heart and playing hard and wanting the win. Like I said, I don't think we hate losing enough, honestly, as a team and as a group. We're not playing hard from the jump, and I think we showed better effort than we did in the Murray State game. But, just putting it all together, I think, is really important. But my role is to just group everybody up and keep instilling that in my teammates and confidence and, just we want to play so hard and come out the next game and just with a better mindset and attitude about everything.
Maddie, thanks, Maddie.